Hello, grade 12 students. Today I'm here with A Day by Emily Dickinson. Okay, so this is one of her most beautiful and famous poems. It uses simple, vivid nature descriptions to talk about the journey of life and death. So here she compares life with sunrise, while she compares death with sunset. So, Emily Dickinson was a reclusive genius who wrote nearly 2000 poems in private, rarely publishing during her lifetime. Dickinson mastered compressed syntax, slant rhyme, and deep nature imagery, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary with a startling economy of language. She divides the poem into two clear halves, sunrise and sunset. The first two stanzas are about sunrise, while the last two stanzas are about sunset. So let's begin with the first stanza. I'll tell you how the sun rose, a ribbon at a time. The steeples swam in amethyst, the news like squirrels ran. Okay, here Dickinson paints dawn not as a single sudden event, but as a gradual unfurling. She compares the sun rays with ribbons, which means the light appears in slow, beautiful streaks, just like while the ribbons are being unfolded. So, this is a metaphorical comparison of colorful ribbons to the sunrise, to the sun rays. So the steeple swam in amethyst. So what does that mean? So it describes the early moments of sunrise when the morning skies light bats, church spires, and tall buildings in a glowing, rich purplish blue color. So she uses wonderful imagery here, describing the church steeples swimming in amethyst, which tells us the sky is changing into a vibrant, shifting purple color. So she says that it looks like the church steeples are swimming in the purplish blue color in the morning time, right after the sunrise. Okay, so the fourth line, the news like squirrels ran. What does that mean? So the news of the rising of the sun along with the casting of its rays spread as fast as squirrels ran. So she notes that the news like squirrels ran here means that it's capturing the sudden lively energy of nature waking up all at once. It shows that morning brings both a visual transformation and a quick burst of life to the world. So what she means here is that the sunrise spreads like a secret, spreads like a news all over the world. And it looks like it is spreading as fast as squirrels run. Okay, so let's move to the second stanza. The first line here is the hills untied the bonnets, the bobolinks begun. That's the second line. Then I said softly to myself, that must have been the sun. Okay, so this is a beautiful example of personification. The hills are personified here. So the hills are given the quality of a human. So she says the hills untied the bonnets. So here she means that the hills, she compares the hills with women waking up in the morning and taking off their hats or bonnets. So bonnet is a kind of hat which is tied under the chin. So in reality, she is describing how the morning mist and fog slowly lift off the mountain tops as the sun comes up. It makes the landscape look amazingly beautiful. Yeah, so this was a very good example of personification. And what she says is, okay, the bobolinks began. So this is a morning bird. So the bobolinks are the morning bird. And here she means that when the bobolinks sing during the morning time, she finally knows that the sun has risen. Then I said softly to myself, that must have been the sun. So she is an observer of the sunrise, and she knows that the sun has risen when the hills untie their bonnets. It means when the sunrise falls on the hills and make the hills look very like amazingly beautiful, and when the bobolinks start singing. So she knows that the sun has risen after these two activities of the nature. Then in the next stanza, she has written, "But how he said, I know not." So the whole mood of the poem changes with this one simple line. In the first half, she was completely sure of herself, as she was the sunrise. But as evening approaches, that certainty disappears and turns into a mystery. She's reminding us that some of the most beautiful parts of life and nature can be experienced but can never be fully understood. Here, she can fully understand how the sun rises, but the sunset remains a mystery for her. So, she has never been able to fully understand the sunset, and it's like a mystery to her. Okay, now let's move to the next line from the third stanza. It seemed like a purple stile, which little yellow boys and girls were climbing all the while. Here, she describes the sunset metaphorically. She compares the purple style. So, purple style means, okay, style means kind of a stair, or it can be a fence as well. So she compares the purple style to the horizon at dusk, and the yellow boys and girls as the last rays of sunlight. The overall metaphor suggests the sunset is a dreamlike gateway, or a tender human passes from day into night. Okay, so very beautiful metaphorical comparison. Okay, so she has compared the purple style with the horizon at dusk, and the yellow boys and girls. Here, it means, yeah, they refer to the last rays of the sun. And though the sunset seems like a mystery to her, she has explained, or she has described how it looked like to her. So to her, it looked like little yellow boys and girls climbing over the fence. You know. So, and here the act of climbing represents the transition from day to night. And the gateway symbolizes the boundary between light and darkness. Now we move to the final stanza. So, till when they reached the other side, a dominie in grey put gently up the evening bars and led the flock away. So, the poem compares the setting sun to a shepherd wearing grey clothes, representing the dim, fading light of dusk. Just like a real shepherd gently guides its sheep into a safe pen and closes the gate at the end of the day, the sun is quietly and smoothly guiding the remaining daylight to rest. So the transition from day to night is calm and peaceful. Okay, so we move to the last slide here. So Emily Dickinson has used some poetic techniques here. Okay, so what are they? The first one is compressed syntax. So compressed syntax means using minimal words to bring out maximum meaning. And the next one is personification. So personification is a figure of speech where human qualities and actions are given to non-human entities. Here, hills, steeples, birds are personified. And the third one is color imagery. So color imagery um, means the use of descriptive language and specific color words to paint vivid pictures in the reader's mind. So Emily has used the colors like amethyst, purple, yellow, and gray to create, different things on our mind, on the reader's mind. The final one is slant rhyme. So slant rhyme means half rhyme, which occurs when two words share similar but not identical sounds. So words which share the same final consonant sound but differ in their vowels. So they are slant rhymes. Okay, that's the end. Thank you for listening. We'll meet again